First of all it was good to see education was the first priority, and all of the candidates for school board. I appreciate the fact that you said we have a good administration. I'd like to meet with you immediately afterwards to negotiate next year's salaries. I love the city of McCook, and I love these people here. I truly do. Helping make our city government work is what I really find rewarding in public service. Providing our city employees the resources to do their jobs while demanding fiscal responsibility is a significant yet paramount task of the City Council. Hiring and developing the great group of city employees we have, working with such a devoted team that's honest with the people and has a vision to address future needs has really been enjoyable. Results really matter. The streets in town are being paved. The park, the pool, the library, the airport, the senior center, and the cemetery has all been improved. Results matter. Dilapidated and unsafe properties in town are being cleared. Historic buildings like the Keystone are being restored. Construction on the community hospital, the Army Reserve and National Guard Armory, McCook Elementary, and housing all continues. Results matter. The promise of even greater progress is moving forward on the Fox Theater, the Norris Bandshell, the new Activity Center at McCook Community College. Public and private partnerships have been formed and strengthening the relationships with other governmental agencies, and having a personal relationship with those in the highest levels of our state and federal government really does benefit our city. Results matter. Perhaps the most important feature to many taxpayers is the city budget. That has required no increase in property tax levy since 2001. McCook continues to hover below the average property tax levy when compared to other first-class cities in Nebraska. Results matter. Independent auditors continue to praise the fiscal restraint shown by the city staff and the city council. And although results matter, much has been done, much remains to be done. The heavy lifting that is needed to continue this culture of progress is lightened when the community comes together and we all lift together, as the ultimate strength of our community lies in its people. When I first ran for city council, I asked you, the people, for your help, that together we might move McCook forward in a new sense of positive unity. Tonight I again ask you for your help and God's help to continue to lead McCook to a future of progress and promise.
Dennis, it was no doubt a difficult decision to include the city administrative offices in the proposal for election this fall. Why do you think that was necessary?
This current city offices does not meet ADA standards, Americans with Disabilities Act standards, for folks that are mobilely impaired, like I was a few months ago when we had to move meetings, and Lonnie and others. So that's one rationale. The other is it's such a small, confined space for our current city employees to work in. And I mentioned earlier about first-class cities. I think it's time that we really take a look at our city and say, are we a first-class city? Are we a city that wants to live in a basement? Or are we a city that wants to show our pride in our facilities? That facility could be great for years and years and years, but is that what we want as a community? Is that what we want to invest in or not invest in making that progress? Some folks have questioned the amount of population that we anticipate will be a decline. Well, we have had years of doing it this way, and it hasn't worked. I think it's time that we do it another way and see if it works. And in the past, well, I'll say 6 years, since that's when I've been mayor, well, I think we've really moved forward, and there's been a different sense of urgency within our community, and a different sense of that we can do something instead of why we shouldn't do something.
A number of citizens have expressed concern about the infrastructure. Basically, you know, these new structures or something that is seen, but underground. I know, like on East Fifth, there's been breaks in the water main, you know, several times and that kind of thing. But can you expound a little bit about how the future of the infrastructure is in the design of things to perhaps be updated or repaired more so than what it has in the past?
If you don't keep things up, then you end up replacing, and it costs more. As you'll recall, a few years back we went through a major water project with water purification and the nitrate issues, and there was a delay or a long period of time when we looked at those issues to see what we should do as a community. That delay cost us dollars. It cost our citizens quality of life of having good water and quality water. If we would have taken a little more proactive approach at that point, and I'm not trying to put any of the council members down at that time because it is a very complex issue, but we needed to move forward right away. Our current budget and our future plans, we do have the 1- and 6-year road plans. We also have plans to make the improvements on things that you do not see, just like you said, Larry. You can see the fountains in the park. You can see the new playground equipment. You know, you can see the bathhouse improvements, those types of things. But what you can't see is buried underground, and that's the sewer lines. Nobody wants to talk about those until they break. And those are budgeted items, and there's long-term plans on the replacement of each one of those items and each one of the lift stations that are in town. And so we try to be proactive with developing the plans for all of the infrastructures. Lonnie mentioned the roads on H Street is coming soon. Roads are part of the infrastructure. The sewer lines are part of the infrastructure. And actually, the safety center is part of the infrastructure, just like the senior citizen center, where we're putting the new roof on the senior citizen center. So all of those kinds of things, you can't look with blinders or with a rifle shot on the city council and us as a city. We have to have a broader perspective and look at everything. I know right now the citizens are mostly concerned or talking about the safety center city offices, but there are all these other issues, and they don't go away just with this other issue. Everybody always thinks that their issue is the most important issue, you know, and so the city council is the most important issue at this election locally. I believe that's not true. I believe our most important issue in southwest Nebraska is water. If we don't have quality quantity water here in southwest Nebraska, the tax base for all of the governmental entities are in deep trouble. I believe that we need to take a really good look at these candidates that are going to talk to us later tonight on the NRD board. Our future in southwest Nebraska is water. Do I want to be elected? You darn right. But you know what? If we don't have the quality quantity of water, we won't be here to elect anybody. And I want to make a comment too about the other candidates that I'm sitting with at that table over here. I like every one of those men. Unfortunately, we don't have any women anymore running, but I would love to serve with those guys. And you notice I didn't say that I want them to serve. I want to serve with, so you have to vote for me. And like Lonnie said about being proud, boy, am I proud to be a citizen of McCook. Some of you know that I was very ill about a year ago. Couldn't have asked for more support from the people in town, in our community. You know, the folks that called, sent cards, sent their prayers, brought food. absolutely amazing. Same kind of thing with the toy box. All of those kinds of things demonstrates the quality of the people here in McCook. And that's what I want to do, is serve the people here in McCook. I really love this town. I love McCook. I believe McCook really is the pride of the plains in southwest Nebraska.